What's going on, my friends? CJ Curry here, back with another Prize Picks video. In today's Prize Picks video, we're going to be taking a look at a few different MLB options with the NBA season starting to wind down. A couple teams remain in the National Basketball Association. We're going to have to pivot over to a different sport. So let's go ahead and jump on some baseball picks here on Prize Picks. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 24,000 subs. I appreciate everybody who's already hit the subscribe button. And while you're down there subscribing, go ahead and slap the like button for me too. Let's go for 100 or more likes on today's video. Let's see if we can get it done. If not, no big deal. We'll try again tomorrow. All right, guys, if you're not playing on Prize Picks yet, Prize Picks is still making daily fantasy sports easy by allowing you to pick your favorite stars from your favorite sports. You just decide whether or not they're going to go for more or less on the given player projection on the Prize Picks board. Now, when you make your first deposit on Prize Picks, they're going to give you a 100% instant deposit match, meaning for every dollar that you put in, they're going to match it all the way up to $100, making your first entry on Prize Picks a risk-free entry. So who doesn't like a free entry on Prize Picks? Guys, use the link down in the description below or code Curry, make that first deposit, and get that 100% instant deposit match in your Prize Picks account. All right, let's take a look at these picks. We got a couple of Washington National players here. We got a LA Dodger who's been kind of mediocre this season, and a Seattle Mariner. And the Mariners have been pretty bad offensively. So let's take a look and see what we have here. Starting with Jake Irvin of the Washington Nationals. He's taking on an Atlanta Braves team that is going to be without their leadoff hitter for the rest of the season. Ronald Acuna, unfortunately, tears his ACL, and he will no longer be at the top of the order for the Atlanta Braves. Unfortunately, you hate seeing one of the biggest stars in the game go down with a bad injury. But nonetheless, let's see what we got here for Jake Irvin at 5 strikeouts. We're going to go over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Now, why I use this tool is because it goes out there and it scopes out all the different sports books. It looks at the odds. In other words, the way that people are betting the overs and unders. It takes that data, it strips out the juice that the sports books charge us as sports bettors, and then it gives us true odds or fair odds of a prop to hit. So let's take a look at the first one. Irvin of the Washington Nationals. His strikeouts are set at 5. When you take a look at where he's at here, he's got about a 52.2% chance of staying under 5 strikeouts. So 5 or fewer is what we're hoping for here. Most books have him at 4.5. One of the sharpest sports books out there, Pinnacle, has him as a -105 betting favorite to go under at 4.5. So that is kind of nice to see when you're thinking about taking the under at 5. Now, taking a look here at the game logs. These are all from this season, a total of, 10 game logs here. He's hit 5 or fewer strikeouts in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10 games. He stayed at 5 or fewer. There's only been 3 games in which he's had 6 or more. Now, he has 6 or more today, we're in deep trouble. Hopefully he stays at 5 or fewer. Historically speaking, yeah, he has struggled against the Atlanta Braves. It's not so relevant as far as data or information, but just worth noting that last season, he only had 1 strikeout against this Braves squad here. So just a little bit of information there provided by Outlier. If you want to check out Outlier, they've got a 7-day free trial. I've left a link for you down in the description of today's video. Go check out some Outlier for all your player prop research needs. Moving on here, let's check out the projections. One of my favorite projection sites is The Bat. It's provided us by Derek Carty. Derek Carty, one of the sharpest in the game when it comes to MLB related content. So let's go ahead and take a look here. They've got Jake Irvin. The Bat has Jake Irvin projected for 3.93 strikeouts on a line of 5 strikeouts. That's more than 1 whole strikeout difference. So I'm loving that projection, but just in case the Bat isn't on its A game today, which happens with projections sometimes, I like checking multiple projection models. In this case, we've got RotoWire, who also has Jake Irvin projected pretty low here at just 4.31 strikeouts. So 2 different projection models, both with Jake Irvin well under 5 Ks. So for me, I'm leaning toward the less on Jake Irvin, but you do what you want to do, okay? Tail me or not, that is entirely up to you. Moving on to the next one here, we've got Ildemaro Vargas. I I think I said that right. 0.5 hitter strikeouts. He's taking on Max Fried and the Atlanta Braves. So basically, this guy can either strike out one or more times or not strike out at all. I'm hoping that he doesn't strike out at all today because I'm thinking about taking the under here. So let's go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and we'll punch in Vargas's name. And when we do so, you can see he's about a 53% chance of staying under a strikeout today. So hopefully he doesn't strike out. He doesn't typically historically strike out all that much. So a 53% chance still leaves about a 47% chance on the table that he could strike out at least once. But let's go take a look at his game logs from this season. You can see that he's appeared in 31 games according to Outlier, and in 24 of those 31 games, he has managed not to strike out, which is what we're hoping for again today. Now, I will say this, against left-handed pitchers, he does tend to strike out more than he does against right-handed pitchers. And the reason I mention that is because Max Fried, our old buddy, old pal for the Atlanta Braves, is a left-handed pitcher. So maybe there's a slightly higher chance that Vargas strikes out today against Max Fried than he typically would against a right-handed pitcher. Yeah, the handedness of the pitcher matters a lot when you talk about how well a hitter will do or not do, okay? But anyway, 77% of the games in which he's appeared, he's managed to not strike out. And we do have some good projections on this one as well. So we go back over to The Bat by Derek Carty, which is hosted here on EV Analytics if you're looking for it and you want to try out The Bat. When we punch in Vargas's name, you can see he's projected for just 0.49 hitter strikeouts, which puts him under 0.5 by just a hair. It's closer to 0 than it is 1 strikeout. So good projection there. And then we'll also run a second projection for you on a different site. And you can see that RotoWire saying lean less, lean less, lean less, lean back. Lean less on Vargas's hitter strikeouts, projected for just 0.36 hitter strikeouts, according to RotoWire. So we got two different projection models that say take less on Vargas. We're using the data. We're using the projections to help guide our decision making. This isn't me just guessing. This isn't me blindly picking anything. I'm riding with the data. Win or lose, rain or shine, the data rules. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our third pick, which is Freddy Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, he's had a down season, a little bit down season from the Freddy Freeman that we've all come to know and love. But hey, today the matchup is fantastic against Tyler McGill of the New York Mets. Not only are the Los Angeles Dodgers one of the top projected offenses on today's MLB slate, but Freddy Freeman, historically speaking, has some great historical numbers. If we take a look at this BVP chart here provided to us by RotoWire, you can see that Freddy Freeman has faced Tyler McGill 11 times, so 11 at-bats. And in those 11 plate appearances, he's got a total of 5 hits, which is good for a .455 batting average, which is fantastic. So hopefully he keeps it going today. His on-base percentage plus slugging, .909, pretty freaking good there as well. So hopefully Freddy Freeman comes through today. The rest of this Los Angeles Dodgers team doesn't look like they're in much danger as far as head-to-head or historical slumps or bad games versus McGill. So hopefully they all have McGill's number. As far as the hit rates go, well, this isn't going to be a sexy hit rate play by any means. Freddy Freeman, 38% hit rate when it comes to covering 7.5 fantasy scores. So again, not a very strong hit rate style prop, but what I will do is go over to the hits, runs, and RBI so that I can show you how he's had much better numbers against right-handed pitchers than left-handed pitchers. So we're just looking at the hits, runs, and RBIs here. And you can see that his numbers against righties, 66% hit rate when it comes to the hits, runs, and RBIs versus just a 35% hit rate when it comes against lefties. So McGill, a right-handed pitcher. Hopefully Freeman, again, continues the success that he's had against McGill over the course of his career. As far as projections go, back over to our projection models, which is the bat. You can see that Freddy Freeman against Tyler McGill today is projected for 10.1 fantasy points, which is a lot higher than the 7.5 number that he's sitting at out here on PrizePicks. A second projection for you though, over on RotoWire. We'll punch in Freddy Freeman's name there, and you can see that they are leaning more, despite the low hit rates, they are leaning more on Freddy Freeman to go over 7.5 fantasy score because he's projected for 11.07. So a pretty massive projection versus PrizePicks line differential there. So again, good historical numbers for Freddy Freeman. Has he had the greatest season in his career this season? No, he hasn't. It's been a little bit of a down year, but he's in a great spot today, and hopefully he can take advantage of this matchup against McGill. So I'd be leaning toward the more in this case, which brings us to our fourth and final play. It's got to be Cal Raleigh, right? He's going up against Hunter Brown and the Houston Astros. He's at 0.5 runs, and I'm thinking about taking the under on Cal Raleigh today because the Seattle Mariners offense just has not been too good. So let's go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and just pull some sportsbook data in to help us out with our decision here. You can see that the top play for Cal Raleigh is going to be the under on his 0.5 runs. Almost a 53% chance that he stays under and does not cross home plate. You got DraftKings, where he's a betting favorite to go under. You've got Caesars, where he's a betting favorite to go under. And you got Fliff, another site where he is a betting favorite to go under, giving us about a minus 136 chance for him to stay under. So now that we know what we know, let's go take a look at his game logs here. It is a plus EV play for the under. Cal Raleigh has went under in about 59% of the games in which he's appeared. That's 29 out of 49. Now he's currently gone under in 4 straight games, stayed under a run in 4 straight games. Now, maybe it comes to an end today. Maybe he does end up crossing home plate. But what I can tell you is this, historically speaking, his numbers against Hunter Brown, not too sexy. Very limited sample size. He's got 5 plate appearances versus Hunter Brown. He's got a 0 batting average, meaning he has yet to record a hit against Hunter Brown in his career. Just a .200 on base percentage. Slugging percentage is at a 0. So, I mean, not very good numbers. 60% K rate. So he struck out quite a bit against Hunter Brown. So again, a guy who does not have strong numbers against Hunter Brown. Hopefully that continues today. The Seattle Mariners offense, not very good for the most part overall this season. Now, it also is projecting well because I went out and I checked on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and I also checked on the bat here by Derek Carty. So if we go over to the runs category and we type in Cal's name, he is the lowest projected run guy here on the board, 0.48 projected runs, which obviously is less than the 0.5 line that he is at. And we'll also check where he is at on the RotoWire projections. And RotoWire is also leaning less on Cal Raleigh at 0.5 runs. The projection, 0.60, a little bit higher than the 0.5, but 0.6 is not a very strong projection whatsoever. So they're leaning toward the under. The bat has him projected under. The odds on the sports books have him under. And so everything's pointing to the under. Why would we want to go the opposite direction and go against everything that we have at our disposal, all the data? So I would lean toward the under as well. Now, again, as always, bet responsibly. I wouldn't say that you should nuke any of these. I would stick to between 1% and 5% of my entire bankroll on any entry that you put in. It's a long MLB season, a lot of games to come. So hopefully some of these picks end up hitting. If we could go 4-0 and sweep the board, that would be even better. But good luck on all your picks, plays, and parlays. And if you're a Dub Club member, Discord member, we'll see you guys in Discord for even more picks throughout the day. Good luck. Catch you in the next video. Peace.